What is going on, everyone? Give It Thought back here today for another No Man's Sky discussion video. The topic of today's video is whether or not Hello Games may be sued for false advertising. Now everybody knows the story. Sean Murray lied about the multiplayer, and I've covered this in past videos. But today I really want to go in deep and examine whether or not it was actually false advertising for the game. And to do that, I'm going to compare it to another video game that was sued for that very thing. But first, let's examine the culprit here. I want to give you evidence that without a doubt, Sean Murray has at least contradicted himself on 2 occasions, just so we have some underlying proof that something is amiss here. So first, I want to refer to the often referenced Colbert interview. On The Late Show, Sean Murray was asked, "Can you run into other players playing in the game?" And he answered a resounding yes. Now, of course, this rose the hype of the game to another level. Multiplayer confirmed, as they say. So by that statement, players could infer that they could indeed see other players in the game and play with them. He also said in the interview that the only way you would know what you look like is if other players described yourself to you. So he actually went into specifics. And because of that statement, it could not be misunderstood that there would indeed be multiplayer in the game, at least going by this interview. Now for my example of the contradiction. And believe me, it is a direct one. I've referenced this interview in a couple of my videos, but I've never really brought the exact information to light. So today, that's what I'm going to do. In an interview with Joe Video, Sean Murray was asked the very question, and I quote, "So you are saying that if my friend travels to the same place I am at, we could play together for a while?" And to that, Sean Murray answered no. And this was even before the Colbert interview. So we can see here that Sean Murray directly contradicted himself in a smaller interview. His actual complete answer to that question was no, that's not what this game is about. And he has said that before, and even tweeted it before. But I think it's safe to say that most people will see what you say on national television way before they will a small interview like this or a tweet. So now that we have the foundation set for his contradiction and potential false advertising, let's look at a similar case that popped up in 2013. And that is the false advertising case against Aliens Colonial Marines. Aliens Colonial Marines premiered at E3 with an amazing trailer that showed off some of the game's graphics and a short gameplay demo. But when the game released in 2013, it looked absolutely nothing like the previews. And that did not sit right with one man. So he filed a class action lawsuit against the publisher Sega and the developer Gearbox. Eventually, Gearbox was dropped from the lawsuit because they agreed to not seek legal charges against the guy that filed the lawsuit, and the class action classification was dropped. The suit seems to still be ongoing against Sega. They tried to reach a settlement last June, I think, but still nothing came of it. And I can't find any evidence that the suit was ever settled. So let's look at the similarities here. First, I want to mention the review embargo. It is no secret, especially if you watch my video on why we haven't seen any reviews for No Man's Sky yet, that a review embargo was in effect for No Man's Sky until after release. Now, these are usually done so that reviews don't hurt the sales of games. And if a review came out before Aliens Colonial Marines, we would see that the gameplay did not match up with the preview. And the same thing goes for No Man's Sky. If reviewers were given the chance, at least a week before release, or maybe even longer, they might have found out that there was indeed no multiplayer in the game. And Sean Murray would have been disproven about that before release. So before I continue, I want to read you the actual definition of false advertising. And that is, according to consumerlaw.com, a manufacturer's use of confusing, misleading, or blatantly untrue statements when promoting a product. So I think we can see that both Sega and Hello Games fall under that category. Because Sega used blatantly untrue statements, or rather game features, when they were promoting their product, and Sean Murray has used misleading language when promoting his product. And if your argument is multiplayer was never shown in an advertisement for No Man's Sky, if I'm playing the devil's advocate, I would say his appearance on The Late Show was an advertisement. He went on that show to promote his upcoming game, and therefore was promoting his product. And using confusing and misleading statements about No Man's Sky, he has technically fallen under the umbrella of deceptive advertising. But this is only if there is in fact no multiplayer in the game. We don't exactly have the perfect answer to that yet. Of course, the two streamers that tried to meet up couldn't see each other, but that could have been due to a server issue. And since then, it has been brought to light that the servers used in No Man's Sky could not support the many players in that universe. They're just not big enough. So until it's proven without a doubt that there is no multiplayer in this game, then no lawsuit can happen. But once it is, I think somebody could have a pretty good case. And even with someone like me that wasn't going into this game expecting multiplayer or even really that interested in it, even though I did do a video on it, I wasn't so disappointed when it wasn't there. But as a consumer, I can understand the hate for Sean Murray and Hello Games for lying to the public, or seemingly lying at least. But all in all, this is a messy situation and I hope it gets resolved soon. And I don't know if that would be with a patch or an announcement from Sean Murray and Hello Games, but they really need to do some damage control because they're looking pretty bad in the media right now. And that's where I think I'm going to end today's video. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. I've been trying to put up a video every day, so if you want to stay caught up on those, click that subscribe annotation. And if you missed yesterday's video about the man behind No Man's Sky, click on that video annotation. Just be warned though, it has a completely different tone than this video, and is kind of praising Sean Murray. And as always, if you're on mobile, links in the description for everything I've mentioned. Alright, that's about it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, give thought to everything.